As well as gentlemen, Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone arena action, and I'm kind of in a weird situation here because, excuse me, I actually have played with Warrior a lot. Back when the Warrior was grossly overpowered, I played with him a bunch, and at the same time, I actually have more Shaman videos on the channel, so even though this will make my own personal private statistics a little bit skewed with tons of Warrior runs, I'd like to let the Warrior catch up a little bit on the Shaman here, especially because the Shaman was more recent, and get another Warrior run going. Alright, well here we're starting off with the Premier Rare. You really can't go wrong with any of these. I like the upgrade. A 1-3 weapon actually isn't bad, especially against all these aggro decks. And if you happen to put it on a real weapon, then it's really crazy good. Twilight Drake, definitely good, but this is one of those cases where, you know, in a tight call between two very good cards, I'm going to take the one that helps against aggro a bit more. Pints of Summoner, definitely a nice card, but I think the upgrade with the weapons and all that stuff is pretty nice. Especially if we don't get any more weapons, we're going to be happy to have at least that one. Alright, the Cruel Taskmaster, very good creature, but I'm going to grab Heroic Strike. This card is crazy good. I think it's actually just the best removal spell the Warrior has, probably. Cleave is probably second best, but it's unreliable. Execute will get you out of a tight spot, but you can't say it's good. This is just a lot of damage for 2 mana. I mean, the drawback is, of course, that you're taking damage to the face for it, but it's almost as good as, like, the Rogue's Eviscerate, you know. You get damaged back, and you can't get past Taunt, but, like, on the other hand, you don't have to worry about combo. It's just really good. I think you can't really pass on those. Okay, so Slam, can I pass on this over a Premier Ascension? I don't think I can. I think it's good enough that I will take it over Ascension because it's card draw, and it allows you to 2-for-1 without paying the price. Raging Worgen's also very good. I would take Ascension over the Worgen, but I think Slam being removal is very, very good here. Here I'll just take the best card. The Kor'kon Elite is just insanely good. Charges, it barges, and all that good stuff. We have Trash and a Novice Engineer, so let's just not bother talking about that too much. And here, Shield Slam, not my favorite removal spell in the game, I'm not going to lie, but I mean, these other epics are so underwhelming. I wish that the game didn't have epics that suck. That's so frustrating that epics just blow, but Shield Slam is playable, so we'll take it. Okay, so much to the dismay of all the people who get upset that I don't take Sunwalker, I'm going to take the Argent Commander, because I think this card is just insane. I mean, every time it hits the field, the other person just reels back in shock and dismay. So I'm going to grab it here. And here, I'm going to take Shield Block. Obviously, number 1, it's the only playable card here. But number 2, it is actually good with our little Shield Slam here. Because, obviously, that makes it a lot easier for Shield Slam to be viable. Okay. So I can take an Execute here, or I could take a Premier 3-drop. I'm going removal crazy here. Warriors don't have very good removal, so I'm just going to take the Execute just to make sure I've got this out in case my opponent drops something big. It's nice to know that with Slam and Execute in my deck, I can kill just about anything. I could even kill a motherfucking Deathwing. Not that I speak from personal experience or anything. Okay, here it's a very easy pick, I think. Frothing Berserker is just bonkers nuts. First of all, 2-4 for 3 is fantabulous in this game, and the fact that it gains +1 attack or +2 attack anytime 2 minions bonk heads is just ridiculous. So your opponent's in like a do or die, killer die situation when you put that thing. Okay, do I take another Slam? Here's where I'm going to say no, let's take an actual creature. Let's make sure there's creatures in this deck. Slam is removal, and sometimes that's nice. And I guess this does double our chances of, you know, having a Slam when we're holding on to Execute, but I think we need some creatures here, and Raging Worgen's about as good as they come. Okay, I did say that you can't pass Heroic Strike over a Scarlet Crusader. Yeah, I'm going to take Heroic Strike. The main problem is Heroic Strike doesn't work in multiples. That's the real issue. It doesn't work in multiples. You can't, like, use 2 Heroic Strikes to kill 2 things. But I think it's still just, you have to take it. It's just so amazing. Okay, Sea Giant, very easy call here. We're going to get some late game. That's about as good as they come. I just don't like the Demolisher. We'll take the Knife Juggler. So, we're missing a mid game here. Do I take a 3rd Heroic Strike? No, we need some creatures here. Kor'kon Elite is a very good one. We're missing 4 drops. We're missing 5 drops. Okay, Arcanite Reaper. Do I take it? It's no Fiery War Axe, that's for sure. And this is a very credible temptation here. Let's take the Arcanite Reaper. Maybe we'll do a little bit of aggro action ourselves. I don't know. I don't have any 1-drops. Like, I can't really call this an aggro deck at the moment. Yeah, it's really not. It's not even close. What am I talking about? But we'll take the weapon. We'll make sure we have something for our upgrade to latch onto. Alright, I'm not going to take another upgrade over a Defender of Argus. The buffing is something that we're currently missing at the moment. The taunt is just gravy. Okay, Direwolf is nifty, Inner Rage is nifty, but the Harvest Golem is just premier, so we'll take that. And the Senjin, oh man, this is music to my eyes. That's really, really great to see. So someone pointed out on Reddit, and this I'm gonna get a little bit petty here. This was like definitely one of my most like frustrated with Reddit moments I've had in a long time. Someone pointed out on Reddit something I thought was really cool, which is actually that Mortal Strike, if you think about it, is like a bad fireball. Think about it. The Mage's Spell Fireball is 4 mana for 6 damage. This also is 4 mana for 6 damage, except if your health is 13 or higher, it's only 4 damage. And I think that is a legit complaint. I mean, I think that when you design a game, it's inelegant to have one card that is strictly worse than another card. From one class to another class. Obviously, a class-specific card can be strictly better than a neutral card, but one class's card should not be strictly better than another class's card. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, it's about context. Yeah, I understand that, but it's still inelegant game design from a principled perspective to have one card be strictly worse than another, and I bet the designers don't even realize this. Like, I played in over 100 arenas. I never realized that this is Fireball, but worse. Like, you just don't see that. I have a feeling the designers didn't catch that, so I hope this card gets buffed someday or something. But anyway, it's a bad Fireball, but it's still like a Fireball, so I'm going to take it here. Warsong Commander's a no-brainer here. Not that the Silver Moon Guardian's bad, but I mean, letting your creatures charge will just sometimes win you the game. Mad Bomber I don't take. This is stupid. We'll take a Silence. So we could use some more late game here. This isn't great, but it is Taunt which we're missing, and it's a 5-drop which we're missing, so we'll grab it there. Fine Creeper for some more protection is great. All happy to grab that. Do I take the Priestess of Elune? Ah, man, as a warrior, this is even worse. Because the stats are awful for 6 mana. And, health is not as important. Rampage, okay, we'll take it. I've said before, I don't get any good mileage out of this card. Whatever, we'll take it anyway. Okay, so I could take the Leper Gnome and go a little bit of aggro, but let's get some more late game here with the Boulder Fist Ogre. Let's beef out our deck here. God, we're seeing Heroic Strikes, like, they're going out of style. But, you know what we never saw? We never saw any Fiery War Axe. 3 Heroic Strikes? Am I really going to take that many Heroic Strikes? No, I got the Shield Slam, Execute, I got the Weapon, I got Slam. Already got 2 of these things. Mortal Strike. The Chargers sort of act as removal. I don't think I need that many Heroic Strikes over a really good 3-drop. Here, we'll take another Worgen. Okay, we'll take another Senjin. I think we'll take a Panda here. I don't want 2 of these Silence guys. And here, well, Questing Adventure, we do have a fairly aggressive curve. I think this guy can get big. I mean, the Violet Teacher has a better body. Anyway, she has a better body, but I have a lot of 4-drops already, so we'll just take the Questing Adventure here. Okay, so, yeah, this deck's got some good cards in it, for sure. I didn't see any Fiery War Axe, which is sad. I saw like 4 Heroic Strikes. I don't know, maybe I should have just taken them. The issue is that when you have a lot of things that need to die and you have like 3 Heroic Strikes in your hand, it's a little bit awkward. On the other hand, Heroic Strike is a phenomenal amount of damage for 2 mana, so combined with a weapon, you can like have a lot of burn potential, I suppose. Like triple Heroic Strike is, you know, 12 damage for 6 mana. It's kind of bonkers. Yeah, maybe I should have taken them, but every time they came up, there was like a good creature to take in its stead. And if it had been like, you know, Heroic Strike, Wisp, and River Crocolisk, then sure I would have grabbed it, but I just didn't want to take them over good solid drops. Okay, so Kamal the Druid, I don't really like any of these cards here, really. Yeah, we just want our 1 or 2 drops. We didn't end up taking any 1 drops. We just want our 2 drops here, at least 3 drops. Yeah, notice how Fiery War Axe is just a better card overall than the Reaper. It's just, oh, so much better to get a weapon down on turn 2 than on turn 5. Okay, well, here, my opponent also is off to a slow start, which is, well, at least he doesn't have a turn 1 coin play, which is good, because this is a crazy slow beginning. This is the kind of beginning that in these days would make you break a sweat. Looks like he's going to hero up. That's fine. Warrior versus Druid, it's kind of funny. You actually end up breaking even. Notice how both of us end up with 1 armor. So it sort of ends up, those 2 hero abilities actually kind of cancel each other out in a very weird way. Well, now the game begins. To be perfectly honest, I'm not super confident. These cards are not that good that I'm just sitting here going, oh, well, I've got good cards going into the mid-game. Like, there's a very reasonable chance the Druid has way better cards than I do. Especially because he's playing nothing on turn 3. He's off to a hella slow start. Jesus. You know, I'll play the Taunter first. Damage-wise, it's not that big of a difference to play this now and the Taunter next turn, or the Taunter now versus this next turn, because this guy charges anyway. Let's get some protection here for my Golem. In case the Golem dies, I don't want the Druid to just be able to pick it off with the hero ability when it spawns back. He had something pointing at himself, like maybe it's a healing creature that he didn't want to waste the heal effect, then he changed his mind. So I think he has like an Earthen Ring Farseer in here or something. Ah, the Booty Bay Bodyguard. Well, a couple of ways I could take this out. I think I'm going to go for the Arcanite Reaper here. Because the main problem with the Arcanite Reaper is that if you're behind, it doesn't do you much good. But if you're like ahead, or if things are even Stevens, then it's great to just get it into your hand while you've got the opportunity. So now I've got this thing in my hand already, I'm doing fine, I've got the board presence. Not like that's any great credit for me. My opponent's first play was a turn 4 coin into Booty Bay Bodyguard, so like I'm not like giving myself too much credit here, but you get what I'm saying. It's nice to get it out while you have the chance. So now we're gonna get the Frothing Berserker down, and let's go ahead and slam this thing. Now the reason I didn't draw a card first is because I want this guy to grow off of the card draw. That is why I made the exception to my rule of always draw cards first. Okay, well, my opponent is really banking on having some bank, and he's going to be disappointed if all he's going to do is drop like a big creature every turn. I can answer that pretty much all day. Got the Golem running in and then execute. I mean, this guy's going to grow as big as an Ironbark Protector pretty soon here. My opponent is going to be in trouble if all he wants to do is just play big creatures. Not that my start was like amazing or anything, or like I've played amazingly well. It's just he was really, really slow. I was extremely slow myself. He was just, you know, even slower. All right. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to do here. Oh, ho, ho! I see what you did there, sir. So we got a very painful Cobra here. Luckily, for some reason, when you attack creatures yourself, it doesn't poison you or anything. We're actually going to get a chance to draw a card here. No, I'm not going to draw a card. I'm going to play it this Korkon. Okay, so we're going to do Heroic Strike. We'll do this. This is a 2-for-1, but it's not a big deal because my opponent had 2 cards in here, the Cobra plus the thing. And then we're going to drop a Korkon Elite. Well, I mean, it's getting to be pretty serious here. I didn't have a good start. It was very slow. I had like a 3-drop, a 4-drop, or 5-drop. But my opponent was super slow, and unless his cards get very, very good here, I'm not even sure what a Druid can do at this point. Mind Control attack? Innervate, oh yeah, Innervate Deathwing. I guess that would do it. Anyway, this game's over. And that is it. Okay, that was a bit of a weird game 1, but you know what? I'll take it. Whatever, man. We've had some hard knocks. It's been a hard knock life for us. Hard knock life for us. Instead of treated, we get tricked. Anyway, the point is, I'll take an easy win here because we've had enough bad losses that an easy win is not something I have like any great shame about or anything like that. And I do want to appreciate all the folks who've watched the last couple of videos as I went through, like, you know, a midlife crisis about the new state of aggro, and I've decided I'm okay with it. I'm okay with losing some games to rush decks. I realize I don't need to compensate that much to, you know, the Papa Boris style that we all love. I just need to maybe take a little bit less end game, maybe just a weensy bit more early game, and we'll be totally fine here. Okay, so I don't think I need 2 Heroic Strikes, and I don't need this Mortal Strike. Yeah, we'll keep this because it's a 3-drop, and worst case, I might have to play it. Yeah, well, this isn't really the hero that Gotham needs at the moment, but it could end up being okay. If she doesn't give me, like, I don't think I want to play this. I don't want to play that. If she doesn't give me, like, more than, you know, 2 threats, then I'll be okay. Oh, man, you know what? God, I'm sorry. I should have totally played the Knife Juggler, because if I already had the Knife Juggler out here, then I could Heroic Strike right now and kill this thing. As it is, I'm still going to kill that thing, but the issue is that my Knife Juggler is not in play. I would much rather have, you know, a Knife Juggler on the board than a coin in my hand. So I apologize. That was a misplay. Given that I was holding on to a removal spell, I definitely should have played my creature out. Okay, well, here there's not much sense to coining out the Defender. I could coin this out, I suppose. But let's just play the Raging Worgen. With its 3 toughness, it accomplishes basically the same thing the Korkon Elite does, as far as these creatures are concerned, so I should be fine. Yeah, man, I should have had the Knife Juggler out. Oh, man, that could be the mistake that cost me the game. If I had had the Knife Juggler out, this would be a very, very, very different game. Alright, my opponent's going to go ahead and kill off that Worgen. Heroic Strike. So I could use that to kill this thing, taking 5 damage to the face, and I will do that because that allows me to play this Knife Juggler, albeit belatedly. I want to get this thing out here, otherwise time will just pass it by. Now what's kind of nifty is because I didn't use the coin, it does mean that next turn I can play a turn 5 Argent Commander, which is pretty sweet. You don't get to do that super often. I'm at 22 health, which is not super sweet, but at the same time, you know, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Or is it? Well, let's see. I can play the Argent Commander, kill that thing, and then trade the Knife Juggler in for the Squire. That seems lame. I mean, I might as well just play the Korkon Elite and have them both die. Well, no, I'd like to keep the creature on the board. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that, I think.
I don't have enough mana.
Right. We do need mana. Okay. So, I don't want this running into my 4-3 and being able to ping off the Argent Commander, although maybe she will just go ahead and kill the Knife Juggler. Alright, we'll take a huge risk here. This is a big risk. Very, very many bad things can happen here. But I'm gambling she's just going to run this damaged Squire into my Knife Juggler anyway, so I got 3 free damage. She's going to go for the Argent Commander. Well, it's interesting because, I mean, this was a 4-3, this is a 3-2, so this obviously has worse stats, but it does have a pretty useful ability. Ah, I see. Well, had the 4-3 been around, I could have buffed it with the Defender of Argus, and then killed this engine as it is, and lived. As it is, I can't quite do it. Oh, geez, this is bad. I made a mistake. Well, let's go ahead and see if we get lucky with a coin flip here. We do get lucky. All right. Well, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. We'll armor up and call it a day. What would I have done if the knife had gone to her face? I honestly don't even know. I probably would have played the charging 4-3 like a douche and just like had it sit there. I don't know. It was a bad situation. Alright, she plays a Chillwind Yeti that heals her up. Okay. So I could play this thing. And then the Defender, which would make this... The Defender would actually have charge. This would be a 4-3. Boy, that's just wrong in like every conceivable way imaginable. I could play this, and the Senjin would charge. Okay, we'll do that, I guess. So we'll flip a coin. See where that hits. Okay. We'll flip another coin, see where that hits. The face. Okay. So I guess what we'll do is this. The Knife Juggler will swing by. And I don't think I'm playing this correctly at all. Now I'm just dying to Blizzard, I'm dying to Flame Strike, I don't know what's going on here. Well, no Flame Strike, I guess. That's something. And my creatures actually get to charge for another turn. Comically, this Defender of Argus has terrible stats, and this thing, it already charges. Mana Worm. Alright, that's fine. Ah, the Boulder Fist Ogre with charge. I'd say that's solid. Yeah, we'll just do that, I think. Well, let's kill this thing, I think. We'll kill the Mana Worm off as well. And we'll make her actually spend removal to kill that thing, or spend her creature. I don't want to run it in for her, when she might do it herself. Well, so despite me playing like seemingly terribly here, this mage hasn't done a lot of the mage stuff. There's been no Frost Bolts, there's been no Cones of Cold, no Blizzards, no Flame Strikes, and mage without any of that stuff, it's just a mage. And she's just played creatures the whole game. There has been no removal at all from her. So it could have been a really... probably just a very unlucky draft. I can't imagine, however bad you may be at the game, I can't imagine anyone like passing on like a Frostbolt or a Fireball or something. I gotta figure any mage would take those spells, no matter how new they are. So probably just a very unlucky draft for my opponent here if she's had this few spells. Master Swordsmith, yikes. That is sad. Does she actually have a secret? No, she does not. Okay. Well, Rampage. Oh, jeez. Wait a minute. Maybe that's not the smartest thing. Maybe what I want to do is Cork on a leak. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. We'll do this. Fling a knife. Of course it hit that. We'll kill this thing. Let's kill this thing. It is quite large. We'll play Rampage. And we'll swing. We'll armor up. So let's see if my mage opponent can draw a Polymorph or a Fireball here to deal with that. If she is, we'll be in a top deck war. Well, that's not exactly the best answer. It's still a 4-3 then. I mean, she got to play a creature, I suppose, but it's not really like getting her ahead. She's gonna shoot it. Well, she didn't have enough mana left to actually finish it off, sadly for her. So what I'm gonna do here is play Frothing Berserker. My blade indeed be thirsty. I don't need to play the defender here, but I guess, well no, I don't want to play him if I can just use this as removal. Aha, that's what I want to do. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. We'll use our bad fireball on that. And armor up. So she needs to top deck an answer for this, I guess. Even if she does, I still have a creature here. It's not the best creature, but hopefully I'll draw another creature. And I can play the Defender of Argus on it. She's going to draw a card, so pretty much even Stevens. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, that's actually putting her quite a bit ahead. These two together will kill off my Berserker. If she hits me, then I'll know it's a new player for sure. Absolutely, you need to hit the... I'm at 30 health. You absolutely have to hit the Frothing Berserker here with the hero ability because it might very well matter. My opponent comes to her senses and does the right thing. Oh, I guess that does increase the power. Maybe that's why she hesitated. Hard to say. Okay, Slam does not help me here, but I'm actually going to use it just for the card draw. I'd like to get another creature to pump the defender with the Defender of Argus. Arcanite Reaper. Well, I'll do it. We'll hold on to this Defender of Argus. If I attack this Gnomish Inventor, then the mage will just kill it with the next turn with the hero ability anyway, so I might as well just swing for 8 damage. This thing is dead because mages are crazy good, but hopefully now I'll actually get, you know, a creature that I can buff with the Defender of Argus that I've been holding on to. There's the Frostbolt, okay. And a Harvest Golem. Well, I mean, if I get an what's interesting is if I top deck an upgrade, this thing actually wins. It'll become a 6-2. I can just kill my opponent with it. I have enough life to survive until then. Shield block. Well, I'll just do this because I want to see what the card is. Shield slam. Damn it, that's really useless. So I don't want to hit her if I'm not going to kill her. Can I play this? This just seems like a bad idea. Alright, we'll kill off a creature. And we'll pass the turn here. I do have a ridiculous amount of armor. I could kill anything. I could kill like a Deathwing here. Almost. No, I can't kill Deathwing anymore. Big Game Hunter. Well, I just need to get a creature to put the Defender of Argus to work. Any creature will do. Fen Creeper. Perfect. Okay, so we'll play the Fen Creeper. We'll buff it. I'll play the Shield Slam. It's a bit overkill here, but we'll just do that. Hopefully she doesn't draw any, like, giants that make me regret my decisions. I do have a Sea Giant in here somewhere. I have an upgrade, which is actually terrible now that I used my Arcanite Reaper up, which is the only weapon I had. I didn't see any Arathi Weaponsmith. That's another good card I never saw. No Arathi Weaponsmith. Okay. Well, we're in the lead in this top deck war. I now regret using that Shield Slam. Damn it, I really just regret it. We'll do this. This. Play Questing Adventure. It's not the most impressive Questing Adventure that ever was. That was a mistake. Oh, geez, I'm sorry, folks. The Ogre plus the hero ability can kill off the Fen Creeper, and then the Golem just gets the free call in the adventure. That was definitely a mistake. I might lose the game because of that. We'll see. Yeah, using the Shield Slam was probably premature. I mean, my 4/7 Fen Creeper did hold up against that 4/2 guy. So, here I am. I can get her down to 2 health. Harvest Golem. I think I need a race. I just need a race. If I get an upgrade, I can kill her in a couple of turns. Use my Mortal Strike. I think I've used all my charging creatures. Have I used defend? I think I've used an Argent Commander, actually. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I don't think I have any more charging creatures. I've used the Warsaw Commander, I believe both Core Chron Elites. Shoot. I've used everything. Polymorph? Seems fair enough. Oh, man. This would be a bit of a sad game to lose, but it was my game to lose for sure. I misplayed the end game here a little bit. And that turn one not coining out the Knife Juggler. She's gonna kill off the sheep, stop me from killing off her giant. I do have a couple more turns here. Sea Giant, well, might as well play it. I mean, if nothing else, this makes her, you know, makes her have to kill it. So she's not hitting me. That's giving me more time to draw my upgrade in here, which is a card I never dreamed I would wish for this badly. It's in here somewhere. It'll kill her in 2 turns, and I've got enough time as long as she uses her actions here to kill off my giant. So she's going to get rid of the ogre for it. And that's so this isn't the most impressive army on the field. I've got 28 health. I'm getting to a turn. I'll hang on for a little while. The Demolisher is doing extra damage, but it's fine. Panda? Sure. Basically, anything that she's using to target my creatures other than me is potentially buying me extra time. Oh, this game is so silly. I did not play it correctly. What I should have done is held on to my questing adventure, and I also should not have used my shield slam on the 4-2. That was a little bit cavalier, shall we say.
I hear you got a...
Oh my god, that's a very bad card that is actually very good under these circumstances. Oh crap. Well, my time on this earth has decreased dramatically. That helps a little bit. It actually holds up very well against the Ravenhold Assassin. It holds up less well when it's been hit by a Demolisher and when there's a 2-power creature on the board. Ah, jeez. The Ravenhold Assassin, terrible, terrible card, but very good here. I mean, anything big would be good here for my opponent. Okay, so... Jeez, she's got the kill next turn. 14... Well, it's close. This is 14, this is 17. Well, okay, so I have to do this.
Your magic shall not save
Because what that does is it stops the 2 damage. So now, technically, if she were to attack me, this would be 14, 15, 16 damage if she can't do 2 damage with her card. I live for another turn. Had the Demolisher not been silenced, I would have lost. And I'm saving another... So basically, this healed me for, like, 9 damage. Because this creature looks like to be attacking into it. I mean, she has to kill it. Otherwise, I win the game. So yeah, that saves me 9 damage there. Unfortunately, upgrade is no longer good enough. She'll be down to 1 health and I will be dead. Yep, I'll be very, very dead. I don't know if I have any outs in here anymore. I don't want to draw the upgrade now. That would just be too depressing. Sergeant Master. I don't know. My opponent would need some kind of a massive brain fart to not win here, but whatever. We'll do it just in case. Oh, that was a little bit depressing. I definitely misplayed the ending and the opening, so it was my game to lose. And that's just how it's going to go sometimes. I could have hit her with an Arcanite Reaper earlier as well. Then there would have been a 2/2 no-mission Venture lying around, although given how things played out, I would have actually been able to... That no-mission Venture would not have dealt enough damage to me to kill me before all these crazy endgame creatures that my opponent had in some kind of ridiculous abundance came along. So anyway, that was a bit of a frustrating start to the arena, but, you know, you make mistakes and you lose games sometimes, and that's just how it goes. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and or subscribe, and if you want to see how it ends, then stay tuned, because you're going to see how it ends shortly. I'll see you in a bit.